Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Mikebiggs of the Quality K9 here. What I'm going to talk about with you guys today is I'm actually going to talk about, this isn't going to be a how-to video, this is more or less going to be an introductory video to prong collars. I love prong collars, I use them in just about all of my training. Of course I use slip leads too, but as far as training clients, I actually teach clients how to use prong collars because it's just much easier for them. I want to set my clients up with the best tools that they can use to get simple results. I like to make things very simple for people so they can actually take it and apply it in their lives without having to do a profound amount of work behind it. Sure, I can use slip leads, or I can use just regular collars and leashes, or anything else for that matter, even just like ordinary training collars, but it is a lot easier to transition somebody into a prong collar than it is for any other collar, in my opinion. They're just a lot easier for me, they're a lot easier for my clients, and everyone's happy and everyone wins. So, what is a prong collar? A prong collar is actually the little device here, and I have it right here. This right here is actually a 3mm prong collar with some of the links taken out. This one's already fitted for a dog. And I'll actually get up here and show this. As you can see, actually right over here, the edges on here are nice and rounded out. It's not like sharp or spiked or anything along those lines. It's actually designed with the dog's safety in mind. These things are actually designed to not choke out the dog. And the way this system works is that there's 360 degrees of pressure on here. So if I say, for example, if this were a flat buckle collar, and by a flat buckle I mean just like a regular nylon collar, you would grab it, and if the dog is ahead of you and pulling, this is what's going on right here. So you have all this action right up here where there's nothing going on. There's all this potential action that you could be using that you're not doing anything with. And on top of that, all of your pressure is right here. So then what is so great about the prong collar is that it uses a martingale system, and basically what that is this little system right up here. So when this is pulled on, when that's pulled on, it actually makes that little triangle, which is what it is. So if I were to have this on and pull, now since this isn't big enough to go around my wrist, but as you can see, it pulls this little system right here, pulls the entire collar together. So the pressure is actually all around every single area. So this would simulate the front of the neck around where the trachea is, and right here is the back of the neck in this little area. So that way it actually puts pressure all the way around a dog's neck rather than in one spot. Like right here, if you have a dog that's pulling on your leash a lot here, that's pretty damaging to their throat, and you don't really want them to do that. So one thing that's a lot easier is that this really simulates like kind of a biting action, and I know that sounds fierce, but it's actually not. It's actually very safe and very humane for the dog. Navi, down. And yeah, I have my dogs out with me, so you're actually get to interact with them live in the videos. I like the idea of doing that, and I just want to roll with it. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and show you how to take it off. Nope. Down. Good. What I'm going to show you is how to actually take it apart, how to put it on the dog. Nope. Good girl. How to actually pull it apart, put it on, take links off of it, and actually get it fitted onto your dog. This isn't a how-to, how to actually get your dog, how to actually use the prong collar. I'll do that in another video. But this video is mainly just to show you how to take it off, put it on, and actually just go through and sort through the links. So, as you can see up here, there's actually a little, how this link loops right in here like that. So what you actually do is you can just go ahead and, I like to take my thumb right here and push up, and then grab this little piece right here and pinch it. It's just why it's typically called a pinch collar. You pinch this little spot, and it comes apart, just like that. So then when you were to put it on a dog, you would take it and put it around their neck, like so, like that. It's getting a little 50 Shades of Gray, but and then you take it, you pinch it back. I like to put one prong into the hole there, know how well you can see that. I put one prong into the hole right there where my finger is, and then pinch the other one right inside, just like that, and then it goes right down. And that's how you basically take it apart and put it together. Now, in order to actually take a link out of it, what you can do is you pull this part out, and then you take this part. You can actually take the link that you don't need. Say it's too big. Ideally, what you want for this, and the reason why this is champ, down. Good. Now, what you actually want to do is you want to take this link here and take it off. These all come off, and even nope. Good. What you can do is you can actually take these links off to get it fit around the dog's neck. The idea is you want it nice and snug right up here, right under the jawbone area, right there. You don't want it to be loose and hanging. Now, there are situations where it's acceptable to be somewhat loose. Nope, knock it down. There are some situations where it's all right. Good. There are some situations where it's all right to have it loose. Typically, my rule for that is if the dog is really, really snotty and pushy and is really like extremely pushy on the leash and just really just doesn't care about what's going on over here, I make sure that the prong is nice and snug up here, because you really get control of that head. You control the head, you control the body. But if the dog is really sensitive, you can actually get away with adding another link and letting it be a little loose. Down. Good. So I'd say for even for smaller dogs, I'd say around like under 10 pounds, maybe even under 8, you can actually get away with using a slip lead if they're really, really sensitive. I would like to ideally use like flat nylon slip leads rather than the bulky rope ones. I'll use more of the bulky rope ones for dogs around his size, and that's usually when I just play around with them. But I don't usually run that with clients. So now that you have your prong fitted, what you can actually do is go ahead and pop that right back in, just like that. And now you have a prong. Now you have a collar that you can fit on a dog. But make sure you hold on to these, because chances are you'll end up needing them. This right here is a 3mm. I typically use 3mm on 30-pound dogs and up. Typically dogs with thicker necks, which is usually around the 30-pound up range. If you have a 30-pound dog with a thin neck, like a skinny neck dog, you can get away with using a 2.25. I use 2.25s on these guys, and they work really well. So that's what I have for prong collars, and look forward to my do-it-yourself to actually introduce the dog to the prong collar and get them used to the conversation you have with it. Mikebiggs of the Quality Canine. Thanks for watching. As I explained earlier, the prong collar is really just a communication tool and it's actually designed to protect your dog. It's actually designed to be safe. Can it be misused? Absolutely. Can it be abused? Yes. There are plenty of tools. Any and every single tool out there in dog training can be misused and abused. Treats can be abused. Flat buckle collars can be abused. Your body language, your type of praise, your physical corrections, everything in training can be abused. That doesn't mean everything in training is abusive. So what I'm actually going to show is I'm going to put the collar around my own neck, and I actually have another video on my catch account. It's katch.me/thequalitycanine, all one word. You can actually go on there and find my video of me teaching remote place with her, with Navi, and I actually put the remote collar on myself and turn it all the way up to 100. So what I'm actually going to do here is put this on me, and I'm actually going to be corrected at a pretty high level with this on my neck. And we'll actually show what it feels like, or at least how I respond to it being pulled, to how I respond to having just pressure on my neck, versus how I would respond to like a flat collar. Like if I just take my hand here and push up against my neck, like you can clearly hear the difference in how I'm talking. But once I put this on and I have the pressure applied to it, you'll actually hear what that sounds like when I try to communicate. And that's the same thing that happens when you have a collar on a dog and they're pulling on it. It's actually just putting all that pressure in one spot. And I'm talking like regular flat collars that leave no room, or plenty of room actually, for action in the back that's just not getting used. Prong collars use all of that space, 100 or 360 degrees of space all around the neck, and it protects the trachea from being hurt. Like I said, it can absolutely be abused, but I'm not the type of trainer to put a prong on a dog and start flattening them with corrections. It's not a correction tool, it's an information tool. It teaches the dog how to communicate with you via your leash. Look at it like this guy is Japanese, right? Prong collar speaks Japanese, or whatever the dog speaks, it speaks dog. And this leash is your translator. And it communicates what you are saying through the translator to the dog. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. So now I have it on. It's of course not as snug as I would have it on a dog. And like I said earlier, we're getting in like 50 Shades of Grey range over here, but it's all right. It's not that kind of show though, so if that's what you're looking for, I'm pretty sure there are other YouTube channels that do that. So come on over here. This is my lovely sister Michelle. So what she's gonna do is, well, first thing I want you to do is just pull it and put pressure on it, just like that. Yeah, just like that. So you hear keep it going. Yeah, keep it up. So as you can hear, the difference between now and the difference of earlier when I was actually choking myself out, you can still hear me talk. Sure, this is uncomfortable, but it's not. I can still breathe. I can still comfortably swallow. That still feels fine. I'm not really in any. I don't feel like I'm in danger, and it's not like prodding my neck at all. Okay, so what I want you to do is actually give me a correction on this. Just like if we were walking, and like how we were walking earlier, and like you see like the dog like reacting to the other dog, go ahead and give me a correction with it, just like that. So that's like correction level on a very, very low level. That's like a low level correction. Give me a higher correction. Like that's a little higher, but I mean like give me a firm one.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. Like that doesn't hurt me. I'm not in any pain. It's kind of like if I'm like minding my own business, kind of just like interrupt me at any point in a sentence. Like if I'm just minding my own business, and that just like right there completely just broke my attention on what I was saying and got my attention back over here. That's the same thing that happens when you have this on a dog. You just put it on them and you're just giving information. I'm over here, and then next thing you know, you get information, and now you're back over here. And that is the purpose of the prong collar. It's to help give information and communication on the leash. That's the way it is. Can it be used at a high correction level? Yes. Can it be abused? Yes. Can it be misused? Absolutely. That's not the purpose of this. Mikebiggs, Quality Canine, thank you for watching.